You're watching Business Trends Today exclusively on ASBN.
Customer expectations are evolving faster than ever, and artificial intelligence is accelerating that shift, according to Sujay Saha, who's the founder and CEO of Cortico-X, the former leader, and he's also the former leader, I should say, of PwC's digital and customer strategy practice. Today's customers expect businesses to know them, serve them quickly, and make every interaction effortless. The good news is that small businesses may be better positioned than others to deliver that. So thank you so much, Sujay, for joining us on the show today.
Absolutely, Jim. Nice to be here.
Sure. How have customer expectations changed over the past few years, and what's driving those changes?
Absolutely. A lot has been changing across the board in terms of expectations of customers, as you can imagine, with the evolving shifts in technology, of course, with the rampant usage of AI and what the potential of AI is, that is creating an expectation in the customers that everything is way faster, way better, right in the moment, ready to kind of rock and roll for any experience that they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
With that, of course, that changing expectations, the organizations themselves have to start to think about, like, how do they actually meet that changing expectation across the board?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Many small business owners are investing in AI to improve efficiency. Why do you believe the bigger opportunity is improving the customer experience?
Absolutely. I personally feel like efficiency is a zero-sum game. Like you can continue to go after efficiency. You can make things better. You can reduce some cost. You can probably get something slightly faster to the customer. But in the long run, if you really have to survive, and you have to create a differentiator for yourself, like the opportunity is not in efficiency, the opportunity is in growth. And in my opinion, the thing that hasn't changed, and Jim, you would probably agree, if you see even years and years or decades and centuries back, like this business has always been a transaction of experiences, right? Like the business is actually creating experiences for customers paying for those experiences as they go along. That fundamental has never changed, whether it's AI, it's industrial revolution. It's anything. So I personally feel like if you are not creating value, you're not creating differentiators, and you're just going after the play of efficiency, that's not going to last too long.
Yeah. People will have a tendency to see right through that, right? And they gravitate more towards that customer experience. As more customer interactions become automated, where does the human element become even more valuable?
Absolutely. If you, in fact, I would say take it even one notch further there, Jim. If the organizations are not viewing their business through the lenses of experiences, almost like imagine the journey of the customer that actually shows you how the customer actually enters to interact with your brand or explores your brand, what marketing funnels call typically awareness, and then going into the direction of like actually exploring whether they want to buy. After that, they buy, and then they service and things like that.
Yeah.
Like the entire journey, it's essentially touching the customer to the product that the customer is actually creating, whether it's a product or a service, like whatever that is. It's always that. So experience becomes even more and more important because that's how you uncover where are the gaps, where are the opportunities, where are the differentiators of tomorrow for you to create.
Yeah, for sure. You believe this is actually a moment when small businesses can compete more effectively with much larger companies. What makes that possible today?
Oh my God, absolutely. In fact, this lights me up, right? Because I'm myself a small business owner.
Sure.
And AI is an amazing leveler at this point in time. Like AI brings in not only a technology as an opportunity, but it actually brings in an opportunity for the organizations to be able to see that the legacy, or what you call like the big businesses with like a lot of resourcing, a lot of legacy systems, approval layers, and things like that, it would take a long time for them to actually shift and change. Like I can apply it to my own settings. Like as a small business owner, I can literally potentially maybe to some levels of my naivety, but like I can stop HR to actually do stop working for like 4 days and be like, hey, HR, stop for 4 days and let me actually figure out over the weekend
Yeah.
what are some of the key workflows that I need to be actually tackling. How do I onboard people? How do I actually hire folks? How do I actually make sure that just keep the bare lights minimum on, and then I'm going to actually replace the entire flow with what you call like native AI, and that would change the game. Like, this is not an opportunity again, Jim, to what I said earlier, like that, hey, this would help in like improving the efficiency. This is again an effectiveness play where you're thinking about like, how do I completely revamp the experience that I actually provide to my customers and employees. By the way, we have been talking a lot about, Jim, only customers. Like, the reality is like it's human experiences. So it's customers, your employees. Like, I almost think of like all the stakeholders that are involved, and if we can actually look at the business and the opportunity through those lenses, it's tremendous.
Yeah, for sure.
AI is an amazing leveler in that.
Yeah, yeah. Customer friction can take many forms, as you know, from slow response times to confusing websites or checkout processes. What are some of the biggest friction points that you see businesses overlooking?
Some of the biggest frictions that I would say that people are saying, companies are seeing, from your standpoint, like the customers are seeing, are spread throughout the journey. Like, we a lot of times don't get to see it. Like, in fact, we get to only, as business owners, get to see the implications of that at a point when it's too late, or it's further late in the game. For instance, like if the salesperson is trying to give you a very classic example, a salesperson is trying to sell something and it sets like unwarranted expectations with the customers, you won't get to see that when he's closing the deal.
Yeah.
You will get to see that during servicing, because this person has probably got onboarded with those expectations, and when it comes to servicing, then suddenly the customer calls up and be like, hey, what happened to X, Y, and Z? And they're like, well, not really. And now you have like a conflict. So absolutely, we see it, but see it a little later.
Yeah, sure. If there's one thing every business owner should do over the next few months to better meet today's customers' expectations, what would you recommend?
My recommendation will be pick a no-regret area. Don't try to hyper-analyze. Pick a no-regret area where you feel like it's really, really bad that you have in your operations, in your business area, and just look at that entire value that business area actually provides through the lenses of humans, customers and employees who are involved in that, because that is something that you have to transform anyway. And like I said, reconciling with what I said earlier, AI is an amazing leveler, so it can actually bring in that bring in efficiency in how quickly you can actually drive certain changes. And once you understand those experiences, pick those 3 or 4 moments that really matter, and just completely transform those 3 or 4 moments. But remember, in the case that, don't just swap in what you call like a part of technology or a process with like this new AI-driven technology. Think about an entire workflow end to end. And if you can actually do that, like regardless of whatever area you pick, like you would yourself see how much changes in terms of the effectiveness of what you are expecting to drive.
Sure. For sure. Sujay Saha, founder and CEO of Cortico-X. Thank you so much for joining us on Business Trends today, right here at ASBN.com. Thank you so much, and look forward to our next time together. I've got about 3 more questions here that time doesn't permit me to get to. So thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Great. Take care.
Thanks for watching Business Trends Today exclusively on ASBN.